Alright, what is one way to get this open? Of course, a key. Oh my goodness. Ah, yes. Give me some time, sorry about that. Give me some time, and I will go ahead and make an Instagram post, and yeah. I tried to get one. It backfired on me, and it led me to basically be forced to cancel my pre-order. However, I wanted to try again a second time. I haven't even tried it yet. There's a lot of good praise going on with this system. Keep in mind of that. There's a lot of huge thing. A lot of everybody's happy about it. And pretty much I've been wanting to get a hold of one. But however, it still doesn't hide the fact that this was a very, very highly risky move of mine. Because then it was just a pointless crapshoot if it backfired on me again. But it didn't backfire on me again. But however, that still didn't hide the fact that I was lucky. So, we're going to be doing an unboxing video for this lovely thing called the Super Retro-Cade. And basically, it is from the guys over at Retrobit, who have been known for making the Super Retro Trio, which gives me the Genesis support, the SNES support. Well, it plays Genesis cartridges, it plays SNES cartridges, it plays NES cartridges, and it gives me the ability to play imports also, which is also an added bonus. I really enjoy this Super Retro Trio. Fantastic. So the guys over at Retrobit have been doing what they can to make retro gaming more and more for everybody. They're trying to add more to retro gaming, basically, in which, as a result, there's this thing called the Super Retro-Cade they invented. Well, the previous one was the Generations, but I did hear a lot of issues going on with it. And I did look at the reviews, and oh boy. But however, when we were taking a look at the Super Retro-Cade, and I think this is a wonderful thing. So let's go ahead and do this thing. What is holding that up? What is that sleeve? What is holding that? Oh my goodness. What are we doing? Yes. Okay. So we have this. What's the sleeve all about? Oh, okay. That's nice. That is one heck of a... Okay, that is pretty cool. Alright. Alright, that is crazy. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Gives you all that and all that crazy stuff. Looking neat. Alright. There we go. Unboxing this one. This is the thing that we got going here. Alright, I'm not going to do the whole money shot thing. Okay, so we're pulling this thing out of it. Oh my goodness, I dropped the booklet. Oh no, I think that's the booklet. Okay. Oh, that is a... Oh my goodness. Okay. Give me a second and I'll get that book going. Come on, get that book going. Okay, that's the Super Retro-Cade instruction manual that fell out. Okay. Okay, this is something for hardware makers. Don't come out with plugs like this. Please don't. Because what it does is that it basically clutters plug-in space. And, yeah. You see how annoying making box plugs like these do. I already had to deal with enough. And I had this issue with the NVIDIA Shield. I had this issue with other people. I had this issue with a lot of manufacturers seem to be guilty for this. Just, please, stop! Now, the first thing out of this package we're going to take a look at is, yeah, that's definitely the main unit. Yeah. So, I see the HDMI plugs and the AV plugs, so this does support, like, your AV cable support. This does that thing, and this is where that adapter plugs. Okay, you have SD card slot. This is, I believe, the power button. We can see that. And controller 1, controller 2. I'm trying to do a fucking video. Now, the next thing we're going to be taking a look at here are the controllers. Okay, it stopped. Okay. Anyway, what I was trying to say here is... That better not be a fucking bug. Okay, so you do have the controllers. Your Retrobit controllers. Allow me to unplug that. Got these looking little controllers. Your start button, A, Y, X, A, B. Okay, that's weird. You do have your shoulder buttons. So it's like the... Okay, pretty cool. And for what you're getting a second one, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? You're getting a second one. So here you go. Here's your second controller. Alright. Let's take that out of that shrink wrap. Now you see that? Pretty cool. Now you got 2 of these suckers. USB, perfect, wonderful, hip hip hooray. And now we take a look at the HDMI cable, which you plug into HD TVs. But however, it does have the AV cables, but however, it has HDMI, because everybody has HD TVs. So you're going to have to buy separate AV cables. Good luck with that, ironically. So yes, your HDMI cables, you do get their little condoms. That's pretty cool. Now, let's go ahead and, let's get this bad boy set up. Why on earth this is... Okay, perfect. Okay, here we go. All we just gotta do is figure out a way to place this, or a way to plug this. Okay, we'll gotta do that. Unscrew the bloody thing. Okay. And... all we just need to do is figure out power plug-in and all that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is set up and working. Also, see this eggnog? Guess what? Watch me drink this, because this is going to probably be the last time you're going to see eggnog ever. Because 2 things happen. 1, Christmas is already passed. I've already done my Christmas special. And 2, Christmas is probably irrelevated to where eggnog ends up getting untouched. What do I think of it? Well, for starters, the selection of games, I'm happy with it. I mean, plenty of arcade classics. I know there's some games on consoles. There's console version of games. But however, it is nice if you want to go through compare the console version to the arcade version. And it has a lot of arcade games, and it has a lot of console games, but however, there's more arcade games than that. That's wonderful. And the selection of games consists of titles that I would end up enjoying a lot. So, yes, there were some titles that I've never played before that I touched on, and I got addicted to it, and pretty much the more I play, the more I feel like that I should have played this a long time ago. I mean, holy crud, I've seen the selection of libraries, it's like, holy smokes, fantastic. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe my eyes. Oh yes. There's a lot in the collection I've barely played before, but however, I now have the opportunity to play them now, and so far, I really feel like I should have played this a long time ago, because really, they became really, really fun. If I played this as a kid, I would have had a lot more fun back in my childhood. And really, the fact that we're having all these classic arcade games that you never even gotten a hold of, especially those arcade games, especially one that hit me out of the ballpark was Boogie Wings. I hear a lot of people talking about that. I had no idea what it is, but as soon as I checked out Boogie Wings, oh boy, I was like, okay, that's awesome. It's like, it's a shoot 'em up, but then when you lose your aircraft, you get to run and gun, you get to jump into various vehicles, shoot up a bunch of things, and yeah, you'll end up really enjoying the mechanics of Boogie Wings. Also, there's other games that I never tried before. I checked them out, I got curious. There was even Super Burger Time. I played the first Burger Time. I enjoyed Burger Time. A lot of fantastic games worth checking out. The emulation so far is... it's good, despite a few flaws, and one of the few flaws is, some games run very sluggish at first, but however it gets itself together, while at least, they're not getting it to where it's so abysmal, it's unplayable. That's a good thing. I haven't ran into any issues like that so far, and that's really good. The emulation may have a few hiccups, but however, on the bright side, the emulation still ended up going strong despite any frame dip or any random slowdown. So that is pretty good to see that. And however, the overlay, okay, and however, I do like the controllers having the longest cords. That would be fantastic to have controllers with the longest cords for my SNES or NES or Genesis. Basically all three of those. I would like to have that one. But the fact that you get longer cords for your controllers to begin with, fantastic. Adding in further lengths, that's pretty good. And the buttons and the way the controllers work, I haven't ran into any issue with it. I haven't ran into any complication with it. So that's a good thing. And also, the games... oh, I already talked about the games. What am I doing? And however, the settings you can do with the game, you do have the option to basically switch between full screen or the game's original resolution. I did that with a few shoot-em-ups like 1942 and Thunderblade. That's pretty... and because of the original size function, it reverts everything to its original resolution, thus eliminating things. It makes things really better than the full screen thing, and that's really good. So we have the games running good, despite its issues. We have the controllers doing good, and we have the hardware doing well. And of course you have the options. You do have AV output and of course the HDMI output. However, the only thing in terms of video output included are HDMI. You do get an HDMI cable. You don't get any AV cables, but you do get an HDMI cable. And however, the plug in the... there's a bad habit with the little box plugs. Sorry about the hiccup. There's a really bad habit with the box plugs. Okay, because manufacturers keep coming up with them box plugs. There we go again. I just hiccuped. Other than that, I guess that's what I gotta say. I'm very impressed. You'll find this at $60, or basically, if we're talking retail, $59.99 or $59.99 plus tax, plus shipping. So you're gonna enjoy the Super Retro-Cade. Alright, if you want something that will start off your retro gaming, if you're wanting to be a retro gamer and you want something to start you off, the Super Retro-Cade's for you. But however, if you are a retro collector, if you're a retro gamer, this thing has a lot of arcade hits, and with a lot of the arcade hits, the Super Retro-Cade becomes heavily recommended, because where on earth are you going to get the JAMA boards or the arcade boards? So you might as well, so you're stuck with the Super Retro-Cade. The Super Retro-Cade, $60, it gives you 90 games. This includes the arcade games, and the arcade versions of games, and the console versions of games, and of course the console games. So, that's good. I give a thumb up for that. The Super Retro-Cade is a simplistic plug-and-play system that leaves a good taste in your mouth, unlike other plug-and-play games that you see in the toy stores. So yeah, that's all. I'll be looking forward to you in the next video.